Do you know that we have three levels of awareness or three levels of consciousness? Yes, you heard it right. This is the theory given by a psychologist Sigmund Freud. He said that our mind is like an iceberg. It has three different levels or three different levels of awareness: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. The conscious mind contains all the thoughts, memories, feelings, and wishes of which we are aware of at any given moment. This is the aspect of our mental processing that we can think and talk about rationally. This also includes our memory, which is not always part of consciousness but can be retrieved easily and brought into awareness. So, the mind with which we think and which we are aware about is our conscious mind. The subconscious mind is a lower level of awareness which consists of anything that could potentially be brought into the conscious mind. And the third and last stage, which is the biggest level of awareness or biggest level of consciousness, but which we are not aware about, is the unconscious mind. It is a reservoir of feelings, thoughts, urges, and memories that are outside of our conscious awareness. The unconscious contains contents that are unacceptable or unpleasant, such as feelings of pain, anxiety, or conflict. Sigmund Freud likened the three levels of mind to an iceberg. The top of the iceberg that you can see above the water represents the conscious mind. The part of the iceberg that is submerged below the water but is still visible is the preconscious or the subconscious mind. The bulk of the iceberg that lies unseen beneath the waterline represents the unconscious mind, often also referred to simply as our unconscious. How well do you understand the phrase tip of the iceberg? That is exactly what it is when we talk about our minds. Freud frequently utilized the iceberg metaphor to illustrate the two major facets of human nature. The protruding tip of the iceberg represents our conscious awareness. The conscious mind is only the tip of the iceberg. The far bigger proportion of the iceberg, which represents the unconscious, lies beneath the water. While Freud recognized the importance of the conscious and the subconscious, he considered that they were considerably less crucial than the unconscious mind. Let us go deeper in these levels of our mind and learn about how they operate. There are three levels of human consciousness: conscious, unconscious, and subconscious minds. Each level of consciousness contributes to the shaping of human behavior and thought. According to Sigmund Freud, conduct and personality are the result of continuous and unique interaction of the competing psychological forces operating at three distinct levels of awareness: the preconscious, conscious, and unconscious. He felt that each of these components of the mind has a significant influence on behavior. To understand Freud's theory, it is necessary to first understand what he believed each component of personality accomplished, how it functioned, and how these three components interact to contribute to human experience. When an iceberg floats in the water, the vast majority of it remains submerged. Only a small portion of it is visible above the surface, while the largest and most influential portion remains hidden beneath it. Similarly, each of us will frequently reveal a portion of ourselves to others while hiding a larger portion of ourselves that no one ever sees. The first level of mind or consciousness is referred to as the conscious mind. It refers to our present awareness as you are reading or you are listening to this or you are reading something. When we receive information from our senses, we analyze it and then make decisions based on that information. We are utilizing our conscious mind. So when you are listening right now and you are understanding and comprehending the video, it is your conscious mind which is at work. You may be conscious of the information that you are receiving, or the sound of music that you are listening to, or the content of a conversation that you are having at the moment. All of the thoughts that pass through your mind, all the sensations and perceptions from the outside world, and all of the memories that you bring into awareness are all a part of that conscious experience. The conscious mind comprises everything that we are aware of at any given moment. It includes everything we are thinking about right now, whether it's in the forefront or in the back of our minds. If we are conscious of it, it is in our conscious mind. The second layer or second stage of our consciousness is the subconscious mind. The subconscious level of consciousness is where dreams are created. We can think of it as a repository or a bank for all the recalled experiences. the impressions these experiences leave on the mind, and the tendencies that are awoken or reinforced by these impressions. Every experience, every thought and impression you have ever had is stored in your subconscious mind and has a far greater influence on our thought and behavior patterns than we realize. The subconscious stores information just beneath the level of conscious awareness. Individuals can retrieve such information relatively easily, and these are commonly referred to as memories. Suppose someone were to ask you right now what your middle name was. You would recall it, right? As well as your father's birthday and the last time it rained. Past experiences are stored in what Freud referred to as the subconscious part of our minds, which we may be unaware of at this exact point, but we can retrieve it whenever we want to. Our success in life, work, or relationships is frequently determined by the habits we develop over time. And such habits are stored in our subconscious minds and becomes an indelible part of our behavior. The third stage of our mind is the unconscious mind. The unconscious is the final level of consciousness. This is composed of thoughts, memories, and our primitive or instinctual desires that are deeply buried within us, well below our conscious awareness. While we are unaware of their existence, they have a sizable impact on our behaviors. While our behaviors frequently reveal the unconscious forces that motivate them, we are unable to readily access the information stored in our unconscious mind. Throughout our childhood, we accumulated a variety of memories and experiences that shaped our current beliefs, our current fears or insecurities, or our way of life. However, we are unable to recall the majority of these memories because they have been suppressed in our unconscious mind. Things that may be forgotten in your unconscious mind include negative past experiences or traumatic events that have been pushed out of the subconscious into the unconscious. Certain life experiences or thoughts may be too frightening for some individuals to fully acknowledge and thus are meditated by the subconscious mind. The conscious mind's contents are all of the things which are actively aware. The closely related preconscious mind contains all the possibilities for bringing something into conscious awareness. Additionally, the preconscious acts as a gatekeeper, limiting the amount of information that enters the conscious awareness. While the information in the unconscious mind is outside of awareness, it continues to have an influence on a person's behavior. There are many ways the unconscious mind can affect person's behavior. Negative thoughts, self-defeating behaviors, anger, compulsive behaviors, behavioral problems, difficulties in relationships, difficulties in romantic relationships, unhealthy habits are all the things which happen because of the experiences which are stored in our unconscious mind. According to Freud, thoughts and emotions outside of our awareness continue to exert an influence on our behaviors, even though we are unaware of these underlying influences. The unconscious mind can include repressed feelings, hidden memories, habits, thoughts, desires, and reactions. Memories and emotions that are too painful, embarrassing, shameful, or distressing to consciously face, or get exposed to or accept are stored in the enormous reservoir that makes up the unconscious mind. To identify the roots of a psychological distress, Freud employed techniques like dream analysis and free association to bring the true feelings to light. The importance of the unconscious mind has become perhaps one of the most important and enduring contributions to psychology. Psychoanalytic therapy explores how the unconscious mind influences our behavior and thoughts and has become an important tool in the treatment of mental illness and psychological distress. Thank you so much for listening.